I just got my blood work done here at Quest Laboratory, and I love how you can make your appointments online, and then when you arrive, you just click the text they sent you and confirm that you're here. I was in and out in 5 minutes, and I was the first one in. So it's funny, the lab work, paperwork that they gave me didn't say that it was a fasting test, but this was like a pretty major blood work. So I thought, well, I have a feeling it's probably supposed to be fasting, and so I'm glad I did. I'm glad I fasted, and I was able to get an appointment at 6:10 a.m., so I didn't have to wait too long because I get very hungry. My favorite meal of the day is breakfast. That's my biggest meal of the day. Well, not my biggest meal, but I do eat really early in the morning, so I didn't want to have to wait until 9 or 10 to come in. It's usually really busy here, but I got here and nobody was here. One guy, and he didn't even have an appointment. So that's nice. That's over. And I can't believe it's been, I think, almost 9 months now since I had my heart stent procedure, and so this is a blood work for that, I think. Well, actually, I think it's because they took off about 3 months ago. They took me off of the medication that they had me on that was causing like severe and chronic, really, really bad constipation, and I never get constipated, but this medication they had me on was really, really bad, and so they took me off, and they said I should be fine, but he wanted us to double check. So I think that was one of the main reasons for the test today, but I don't know. I've got my appointment with the doctor, the cardiologist, next week, but I just love how convenient everything is. It's one of the things I love about Palm Springs so much is the doctor, all my doctors, the hospital, everything is 10 minutes away from where we live, and like I said before, I can even walk here if I felt like it. All right, so I'm going to show you how beautiful it is this morning. It's June, and it's actually pretty cool. It feels like it's probably around 70 degrees this morning. It feels really nice. The sun is just coming up. Look at these beautiful blue skies. No wind. Really pleasant temperature. Just a beautiful day. Beautiful day for a walk. So I may have to go walk before. I don't know if I'm going to go walk before I eat breakfast or after, but definitely I'm going to go take a walk before temperatures start rising. It's supposed to be well over 100 today. I think it was 113 yesterday. I started driving home, and then I decided to stop and just take my walk down here in downtown, or actually I guess I'm in Uptown. I was here yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, at my eye doctor. And you can see this morning my eye is like so red. I have no idea what's going on with my eyes. It's just allergies, but every day it's just a surprise. I never know. Are my eyes going to be clear and nice? Or are they going to be itchy and red? And today is just one of those itchy and red mornings. And when I was at the eye doctor, my ophthalmologist, yesterday or the day before, it's located just right across the street from where the bombing took place about a month or so ago. You may remember the video that I shared. And I happened to notice after I got off the elevator and I was walking to the ophthalmologist's office, I noticed across the street that the building had been demolished. The Fertility Clinic that had been bombed. And they were also starting to demolish one of the other kind of historic Spanish buildings that was next to it. And so actually, I guess it was 2 days ago. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to just walk around the block a little bit, and I'm going to walk by that location and get a closer look if I can and show you what it looks like right now, and see if they've demolished the other buildings since I was here a day or two ago. And hopefully by tomorrow, my eye will be okay. That was the funny thing is my eye pressure was perfect. My eyes were crystal clear, just blue and white and no red. And the pressure was great. And they tested for dry eye. And my eyes, the dryness was just at the normal level, no dry eye. So my eyes were great just a day or so ago. And here they are today, just the opposite. But that happens a lot. Anyway, let me go take a walk and enjoy this beautiful morning. Well, I'll show you the the bombing site and show you what it looks like today, which is like a month or so after the bombing. This is a fun mural here at this hotel. It's called the Skylark. I'm just a couple of blocks away from where I just had my blood drawn. Started driving home and realized I should, and then just decided to go ahead and take my walk here instead of at home. All right, so let's walk over here to the hospital, and I'm on the opposite side of the hospital right now. This is Indian Canyon Way. This is I've always liked this pretty historic building here. Some of you may remember this was called the wow, that was noisy. It was like the Artisan or the Artistic Hotel or something. It was had really beautiful rainbow colored stripes there, and I guess it went out of business. Now it's called the Mod. And I think this was the Maya before. I think that's still the same hotel. I can't remember. It's funny how some hotels and restaurants just become institutions. They're just here forever. They never go out of business, where others just come and go. I remember years ago, I knew this real estate guy who specialized in commercial real estate, and he said he made a fortune in commercial real estate leases, because he said most businesses, like 90% or maybe it was 99% of businesses, they go out of business after a year. So he just rents, so he would just lease out the same buildings year after year, over and over and over. He would lease to somebody, and then it is a very busy street here this morning. This is, what is today? This is, it's Wednesday. And so, yeah, he would just lease buildings over and over and over. Every year he would get new tenants, and their business would go out of business. It's sad to think how many businesses don't make it. And it's a miracle when you think of how many businesses do make it, and they just stay in business forever. Like we were at the Blue Coyote a few weeks ago, and we were just talking about how it's been here, it seems like for decades, it seems like at least 20 years, maybe longer. And, you know, it's a really good Mexican restaurant downtown. Now, after the bombing, this was one of the FBI's, that's interesting, so future home of the LGBTQ community center of the desert. I guess we're going to build a new building. The current center is right across the street. It's the blue building right there, a bluish gray building. Yeah, this is where they had the staging area here, I think, where they were examining all of the pieces from the explosion. I'm really curious to see how the liquor store looks right now. It got so much damage. Other than the bomb site itself, it really got a lot of damage. And I hear like bulldozers right now, so they're bulldozing as we speak. Now I wasn't planning to film today, so I didn't bring my selfie stick where I could get I could put my phone on my selfie stick and raise it up above the fence, so I don't know, I may not be able to get much of, oh interesting, look at that. There's the liquor store. I'll come back to this, but since they're right in the middle of construction, let me get a closer look. That might be kind of interesting. Wow, they are just pulling down that building right now as we speak. Alright, so this was the bombing site. This was the building right here. Right here. And these are the buildings all around it. Let's go get a little closer. Probably shouldn't be downwind here breathing all the fumes. Luckily they're watering and keeping the dust down quite a bit. That was really interesting to watch, but I don't want to stay too close because that's a really old building, possibly from back in the 1920s, so there could be asbestos and all kinds of other hazardous material in the walls of that building. I can kind of smell it here, and I was downwind for a little bit, so it's probably not smart to be sticking around too long and breathing in those fumes and dust and dirt and whatever else is there. I was going to walk around the block. I parked up here, but with all the debris and the dust blowing that direction, I'm not going to do that. I'll just walk back up here. And actually, let me walk over here and let's see what the liquor store looks like now. I wonder, hopefully it's going to survive, but who knows? It may be they may be demolishing it as well. Look at the fence here. It looks, I don't know if it was already leaning before or if that's because of the bombing. Let's see here what it looks like. Well, it still has merchandise inside, so it looks like it may have survived. It may still be in business. Let's go up here and see. The windows are all replaced, so that's good. That would be nice if it survived the bombing. If you watched my video, you'll remember almost all the windows, maybe all of them, were destroyed. I mean, they were all blown out. It really, really looked bad right after the bombing. So I don't know if it's open or not. Yeah, hard to tell. Well, it says enter here, so let's see. Yeah, it doesn't say what hours or anything. Yeah, I guess it looks open. Good. It's nice. Let me walk up here to the other side of the bombing site. This is Pond Canyon Drive here. Let's see what it looks like. I saw when on my way to the blood lab this morning, the Quest lab. I saw that it was still fenced in here. Oh, and yeah, look at the hotel. Remember all the windows that had been blown out? It is completely boarded up now. I wonder if they received so much damage that they're not going to be able to open up again, or maybe it's just taken a while to replace all the windows. That's interesting. So yeah, it's all boarded up. This was the Wyndham. What's it called? I forget the name of it. It's over here. Worldmark. Yeah, some of you left comments saying that you had just stayed here recently, maybe a week or so before the bombing. Good timing, huh? Morning. Morning. Yeah, so this is the building that I just pointed to that I don't know if it received enough damage to be torn down or not, but I guess we'll find out in time. But look at that, it's been a month or so since the bombing, and yeah, the hotel is boarded up. Hopefully they didn't get a lot of structural damage or anything. All right, so this is the American Surgical Center's okay, so one of the windows blew out there, I guess. Sad to see that it's all boarded up. I mean, every single window, I guess, every single window was damaged. I mean, it looked pretty bad when I came by a couple of days after the bombing. Interesting that I just happened to stop and park and walk by just as they were demolishing the rest of that building. I'm on the shady side of the street. It's already starting to get pretty warm. It's probably 85 or so. In the direct sunlight, it feels a lot warmer. I think I'm going to walk down this direction unless I start smelling some of the dirt and the dust and the debris. It was on the other street on Indian Canyon, but it might blow over this direction. So maybe, yeah, actually this is probably not the best direction for me to walk right now. Let me go back. Yeah, let me walk up the other direction away from any of the smoke and the dust and debris particles that might be in the air. I don't want to breathe any more of it. I do feel like I can kind of taste some of it in my mouth. So yeah, not smart. I do a lot of things that are not very smart. You would think by now, in my old age, I would be a lot smarter, but I guess you can be dumb and do stupid things at any age, even in old age. I was kind of surprised that the liquor store wasn't open yet, but then I just realized I looked at my phone and it's not even 7 o'clock yet. My appointment to get my blood drawn was at 6:10, and it's about 6:45 right now, so it's still early. So even though it's really sunny and bright and beautiful and looks like it's 10 o'clock in the morning, it's still really early. So this is the LGBTQ plus community center. It's been here for, I don't know, 20, 30 years. The center, I mean, the building's been there much longer, and it was donated, and this is the first time I'm seeing this. So I just saw this sign on Indian Canyon, so I guess it goes all the way from Palm Canyon to Indian Canyon, all the way back. Interesting to see. I wonder exactly what it's going to be, the future home of Arnold Cassoy campus. I mean, they already have a huge building, unless they're moving out of this building. Well, again, I guess we'll find out. And the Denny's is open and back in business, which is nice to see after their windows were blown out. My brothers are coming to town in a few days, and if we go out to breakfast, hopefully we'll go to Denny's. I haven't been to Denny's in a couple of years. And to be honest, every time we go to just a regular restaurant anywhere, not just here in Palm Springs, but anywhere, I'm almost always disappointed with the food. Even breakfast, and it's pretty hard to mess up breakfast. In fact, I thought it was impossible to mess up breakfast until just the last few years. There have been a number of times where breakfast was just horrible. And so, as far as I'm concerned, I would prefer to only eat at Denny's or IHOP. You always know what you're going to get. It's very affordable. It's good food. And since I only go out to eat now for breakfast once or twice a year, I think I'm going to vote for either Denny's or IHOP when my brothers are here, if we go out to breakfast. How do you guys feel? Are you the same way, or do you like trying new places and just risking it? I get to the point where I just don't feel like, and it's also a lot more expensive, these other restaurants. So they're usually like twice as expensive, and the food is usually horrible. At least that's been my experience. How about you guys? Have you had the same experience? I really like that our city buses are clean, run on clean energy. Powering a clean tomorrow today. Hydrogen fuel cell. Clean air. Oh, this is interesting. This is new. I guess I wouldn't mind trying a new place like this. Breakfast and lunch. Lost property. So this is a hotel. This is the one, the skylight where I showed you the mural at the beginning of this walk. I really like the way they've done the brick here. You guys see, if we can see anything from here. Yeah, they got a car yard with a pool, but you can't really see. But isn't that brickwork really nice? It's really beautiful. And I think this might be new, this little restaurant here. Okay, so this building here across the street, this is low income or moderate income housing. You have to apply for it, I believe. I'm sure there's a huge long waiting list. It looks like it's opening soon. It's very beautiful. And it's for moderate to low income housing. You can look online if you want to know the details. I don't really know the details. I just remember hearing about it. Hearing that is what this was. Then a friend of mine said that he knows someone who applied to live here. And this person hasn't heard back yet. I don't know what the qualifications are. It's probably, I'm sure, certain income qualifications to be able to live there. Really nice though, isn't it? It's really beautiful. I remember when I walked by, gosh, when was that? A year ago or so, when they were starting the construction. Maybe it was 2 years ago. And I remember being surprised that the builder was out of West Hollywood. All right, so if you're curious to know more information, the name of the development is ALOE Palm Springs. says now leasing affordable housing for seniors 55 plus. So, all right, so 55 plus affordable housing. That's really nice, isn't it? We don't have a lot of that here. I mean, we do have a lot of 55 plus communities, not a lot of affordable communities. And I have a feeling there's a long waiting list. I think my friend said there is. I'm sure it's not easy to get in. I mean, look at this, very desirable. Beautiful location, beautiful, brand new, mid-century modern style. I mean, I guess they're apartments. Okay, so I was originally heading home to have breakfast because I was hungry. I haven't eaten since about 5 o'clock yesterday, and it's probably a little after 7 a.m. now, so I'm a little hungry. I wasn't expecting to see the demolition. I think that's really interesting. I'm glad I can share that with you, just in case you're curious what happened. I mean, I've been curious to know, and I've been so busy I haven't been downtown since the bombing, so I didn't know if the buildings were demolished, if they were going to be fixed. I didn't know what was going to happen, so now I see it looks like that entire area is being leveled. And we'll see in the next week or so, probably, if that other building will also be demolished. Maybe not, maybe just the ones on the Indian Canyon side of the street. So here we are in summer. Actually, the first day of summer starts in 2 days. This is Wednesday, and I think Friday is the very first day of summer 2025. So it's still beautiful weather, it's still nice to take a walk. I'd rather take a longer walk, but I'm too hungry, so I don't know if that's somebody who wanted to be in the video. Probably. So I have a feeling when my brothers are here, we're going to be taking lots of walks, doing lots of things, and I'll be sharing lots of videos. So see you on the next video.